Hey, it's Jamie from Plum Island Sea Cabin, and we are super excited. We are at the Barhead Rocks today. We are going to start shelling in just a few minutes. But very quickly, I just wanted to let everybody know that the Parker River Wildlife Refuge right now, the coastline, most of the coastline is closed due to the nesting plovers. So they will open that up probably at the end of August-ish. So like around that time. So from parking lot 1 on is closed, but the Barhead Rocks are inside the Ipswich Reservation Beach. So these will remain open. So we can totally continue shelling here, which I'm super excited about. But remember, next weekend we are going to New Jersey. We are going to be on the hunt for some of those massive whelks that I showed you. So Kim, myself, my wife Patty, my sister Tracy, we are all going to be jumping in a car and heading down to New Jersey to see if we can score some of those awesome shells. And then in late June, we are heading to Scotland. We are going to the crowned jewel of cold water shelling to see if we can score some loot there. We're going to be heading to England as well to see Hem Beach to get some of that awesome sea glass, so stay tuned for that. So one last thing before we go, if everybody can give a quick shout out to Tasnia. Tasnia is in Bangladesh, so she reached out to me probably about a week ago, and she is a sheller just like we are. So she loves the ocean, she loves the beach, she loves the shells. So she watches and subscribes to our channel, and she joins us every week for our beach adventures. So Tasnia, thank you so much for watching. Everybody who's been subscribing and coming along on my beach adventures, thank you so much. I super appreciate it. And right now, let's go shelling. Super early on Sunday, and I can't wait to get into those rocks right over there and grab some of those shells. So I was just heading up the beach in that direction, and then I looked down here and there's something peeking out of the sand here that looks pretty promising for a pretty large mega. So you know we can't just leave this behind. So I'm hoping this is all in one piece and it's intact. Does look wiggly. I'm trying not to get my hands too wet this morning because, oh, there's a cute little basket whelk there too. But I'm trying not to get my hands too wet this morning because even though it is spring, it is 20 degrees right now and it is freezing. So I'm going to see if I can pull this out with the screwdriver, and then I'm going to keep this basket whelk aside too because it is very cute. Very cute and baskety. We'll look at that in just a second. But I think I just need to get my hands wet for this one. So this is a nice, very nice mega. Good size, good markings. Look at that blue on the inside. We'll get a better look at this in just a second. Let me just rinse it off. We'll be right back. Okay, there's a good little pocket of water down. Ooh, there's a good little pocket of water down here. Let's rinse this off. But yeah, that is a beautiful, beautiful shell. Look at all those swirls at the tip of the whorl there. Look at that color on the inside of the aperture. So this is a good find. I'm very happy with this shell. Then we also have this little basket whelk that we found here that we will rinse off. That is very baskety with all of those little weaves. Very cute. So two really great shells right next to each other. Nice sand dollar score down here. Kind of just laying there waiting for us to pick it up. I love that. Look at that. So beautiful. Sand dollars are one of those things that I will never get tired of finding. Ooh, nice northern oyster score. I love these, if I could get it out. Look at that. It does not get much more New England shelly than that. So this is a northern oyster shell. Has so many layers and history in that. And then check out here, you can see where the adductor muscle was right there. And that's how it opens and closes its shell. And all those really cool grow lines. So this is a good specimen of a northern oyster. So we'll add this to our collection. Look at all this stuff. I'm like freaking out. There's so much stuff stuck in these rocks. Like there's this right here. That one. And then there's a cool dog whelk here. That's like peachy color. Right there. Then I saw something else. There's a big mega here. I might have to move some of these rocks to get it out, but look at that little basket whelk in there. You see that? It's so teeny tiny. I feel like it might be alive, but let's check it out. See if we can get it without losing it, because it is very, very little. It's little baby. Actually, there's two of them. So there's this one right here. This little basket whelk here, which is like a little rough condition, but this one is in like perfect condition right here. But I think it might be alive. Let's see. Yep, someone is home. You can see right there, there's that little operculum. It's teeny tiny, but you can totally see it, and it is moving. So we're gonna put this back in the water because it is alive. You have a beautiful, beautiful home, little basket whelk. I'll put you back in the water. I know that you're moving around trying to look for something to latch onto, so let's put you back down here. Actually, let's put you over here. We will see you later, but there's a big moon here that I want to try to dig out. It does look like it has a little bit of a fracture, but it looks like it is repaired. So let's start getting this stuff out from around it. Maybe we can free it up. I think we might have to move some of these rocks. Hold on 1 second, I will be right back. Have our screwdriver here. See if we can get it out without stressing it too much. Take away the stuff around it, which is also true of life. I find whenever you feel stuck, if you start moving the things around you a little bit, you can kind of unstuck yourself. Ah, it's busted. Let's see. Does have a big hole in it. Would have been a really good size, but busted up stuff. Looks like there's some things over here. Let's go check this out. Move you guys down here. Don't want to stress this. Nice. Check this moon out. This is a honker. Total mega. It's a little bit of water over here. So check out this moon. So that is a really nice shell. I really like some of the markings and the patterns on it. See if I can get a better shot for you there. Some of the markings and the patterns on this are really beautiful. It does have a little bit of storm damage on it right here. For those of you who don't know what it means when I say storm damage, see that part right there where it kind of looks like the shell is kind of brittle and breaking away? We get really, really fierce winters here on Plum Island, and we get well below freezing temperatures, like into the negative degrees. So when these shells freeze, first of all, they feel like giant ice cubes. What happens when it freezes and then it thaws and it freezes and then it thaws, it like expands and contracts and expands and contracts, kind of like wood in your house. I don't know if you have any drawers or any cabinets that in the summertime they kind of swell and then in the wintertime they shrink. But when that happens to shells, they get ice damage, and that is what this is right here. And I do, like, when I take these home and I clean them and I clear coat them, I protect them, and then I kind of seal that to prevent it from going any further. But that is what that is. So when I say that there's some weather damage or some storm damage to a shell, that's exactly what that is from. It's from freezing and unfreezing and expanding and contracting over the winter. So that is a beautiful shell. We're going to pop this in our bag and see if we can find some more of these. So I'm going to head over to that jetty. I want to search all those rocks in that line right there. Because a lot of times as the tide comes in and the water and the shells come up, when it recedes again, they all get trapped in that area. That's a really good area, and I've always found a really decent amount of shells. So we're going to head over there in just a second. But down here, I was coming across, as I was walking in that direction, we found another cool piece of banded jasper. So last week, I don't know if you remember, we found an awesome piece of banded jasper when that patch up there of rocks were still open. So let me see if I can zoom in for you. Just beyond the jetty, there's like that little patch of rocks right there. And we found a huge piece of banded jasper. But just looking down here, as we were walking over there, there's another huge piece, and I am going to grab that and show it to you. So look at, ooh, I almost took a digger there. Look at this piece. See if I can focus on that. Look at this piece of jasper. So this is banded jasper. I always find small pieces of this here, but recently I've been finding like these huge chunks, which I really enjoy. Look at that. Sometimes I have no words. I just want to look at it. It is so pretty. But I hope you're enjoying that as much as I am. Hope you can see all those details and all those colors and markings. But we've been finding some pretty huge pieces of this, and I've been very excited about it. So I'm going to pop this in our bag, and then we're going to head over to that jetty and see what we can find in there. So we are at the jetty here, and this is the section that we are going to search. We're going to be climbing in and out of all of these rocks all the way up to see what got trapped in here during the last tide. So we're ready. We are finding good stuff in here. I'm just going to go in and get this. Looks like a really nice blue mussel specimen. Look at all that rainbow and shimmer on the inside. I've been trying to give these more screen time just because they are so beautiful. It's like one of those shells, I don't know if you live in a coastal area, but we get a lot of them, so I tend to walk by them a lot. But I need to remember that you don't get a chance to see these all the time. So I definitely want to give them some more screen time. But this is a blue mussel. It is a bivalve, which means it's two shells that are connected by a hinge. So that is a really beautiful, beautiful shell with all that gorgeous nacre on the inside. So nice. Ooh, got a little bit of color sticking out of the sand here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a really nice dog whelk down there, and it looks like the apex is fully intact. Let's see if we can get this out and rinse it. But that's going to be a nice shell. Let's find some water. Yeah, that is a really, really beautiful shell. Look at how beautiful the color is. And look at the apex on that. It has like a little white tip on that. The aperture is in great condition. So that is a really, really beautiful dog whelk. I really like how orangey it is, and then how that cream color kind of just has that stripe that goes right over the top of it. That was a really good find. That's why I like this jetty. It traps all different types of shells. So when I was down here, I think I also saw like a basket whelk when I was rinsing this. But I don't, oh, there it is. We did see a basket whelk. We did see a basket whelk. Look at how beautiful that is. It's like purpley and yellow, and it has some brown in there. So two really great shells. See if I can get a shot of them together. So two really, really great shells laying right next to each other. So those are beautiful. This is why we love the jetty. Another nice blue mussel trapped underneath this rock. Oh, this one is alive. So it's actually stuck onto the rock with some byssus. I don't know if you can see it there. It's that golden like thread that is right here. But that stuff is super, super strong, and byssus is a material that the mussels produce that allow themselves to attach themselves to the ocean floor and to each other and to rocks and all types of things, where they create like a massive mussel bed. But it's super strong, and it is golden. See if I can get that to focus in on a little bit. But they used to make like emperor clothing out of it and beautiful things, because like I said, it is gold and it is very strong, and it's like a fibrous material. But mussels produce it to attach themselves to each other and to the ocean floor and to rocks. So this one is alive. We are going to put it back into the water, but you can see here it is a bivalve, so it's two shells that is held together by their hinge. So we'll put this one back into the water. There you go. Thanks for the visit. Bye. Still pulling things out of the rocks over here. If I can get my footing properly. Another nice shell there. Another cool dog whelk down here. Look at those colors. See if I can clean it up a little bit for you in some water. Yeah. Look at those colors. Wish the apex was in a little bit better condition, but overall that is a beautiful, beautiful dog whelk. It's like fiery. It is on fire. I love shells that are packed with color like this. So cool. The seagulls are stealing our moons and flying them very high up and dropping them to crack them open and feast on them. And it looks like it was a success. They're like everywhere today. I think when the last tide came in, it was really sandy. So it pulled out all the sand and it's exposing all of these shells. That is a nice one. Check that out. See if I can get a better shot for you. Really nice moon for size. And I like how it's whitewashed like that. And it has that really, really caramel color mixing with that white. So that's a good shell. So we're finding a lot of stuff in this like whole sandy area down here. So I think when the last tide came in and went out, there was a lot of sand. So whatever was underneath that sand is trapping these, and then they're kind of exposing it as the tide goes out and pulls the sand away. So we'll see if we can find more of these. So we just walked up from the water's edge a little bit, and I really like this section down here because we have a couple of really big rocks here and here. And what happens is when the tide comes in and all those shells roll in, those shells get stuck where those rocks are, and then when the tide goes back out, they can't go anywhere because they're trapped. And when they get trapped, that's when we come and grab all the shells. So let's go in and see if there are any shells that are stuck over here. We can grab them, pop them in our bag. Let's go check it out. This really cool one down here. Look at that. So I know a lot of people ask, let me see if I can get a better one, better view for you. So yeah, a lot of people ask me, like, I am obsessed with moon shells. Absolutely love moon shells. But I do get a lot of emails from people that do want to add to their cold water collection. So I pop them up on my Etsy page. So we do collect a lot of expired moon snail shells. But there are so many species on Plum Island. I mean, just looking down here, I mean, you see broken fragments, but there are, you know, the periwinkles, there are dog whelks, there are basket whelks, there are quahogs, there are soft-shell clams, there are jackknife, razor clams, deep-sea scallops. There are so many different species and variety that wash up on Plum Island. It's kind of crazy. Like, usually you'll go to a beach in an area and you'll notice like a lot of one species will just keep washing up. Plum Island gets like a ton. Another thing I like to do is get down close to the base of these large rocks. I can get down here. I'm like laying on the ground practically right now. I'm like flat out on the ground. If there's anybody else here, they probably think I'm like stuck under a rock or something. But I just wanted to show you all of these periwinkles and dog whelk colonies that kind of congregate at the base of some of these larger boulders. And the reason for that is because they're intertidal creatures. So they live in the intertidal zone. And what they need to do is wait out the next tide. So they try to get down as close to the water as possible to keep that moisture in. And that's what the operculum is also for the gastropods, which are the moon snails and the dog whelks and the periwinkles, because that operculum also closes up and they're able to hold water in to wait for that next tide to come in and pick them up. But some of these are really, really cool looking. I don't know if I'm getting a lot of this on camera because it is sunny today. It's hard for me to see the screen sometimes. But they will all like congregate down towards the water to kind of keep the moisture in their shells to wait for the tide to come in and pick them up. You can see like over there too, there's like a bunch. See if I can get some better footage for you, but I'll show you more of this as I come across it. So we have a little friend that's following us this morning. Hello, good morning. I like the big rock that you're perched on. I would come over and say hi and check out that lobster trap down there, but there is a lot of water in between you and me. So enjoy your day. Bye. No matter how many times I come here too, I always feel awesome. I always find awesome pieces of driftwood. The driftwood like never ever disappoints here. It's always like weathered and worn. And I always see like different animals or whales in them when I pick them up. I guess I have an overactive imagination. But some of the wood is so cool. So just scanning this small section here. I mean, look at this. Purple, purple, purple. It's like purple everywhere here. Purple basket there. 2 more purple baskets here. Kind of just pick them out of the little shell piles here. Look at all these little baby periwinkles. Little one's home, fair game. Periwinkle shells. But all of these baskets, like, look at all these baskets that are just like laying here in this pile. Grab that one. Look at this tiny, 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 tiny one right there. Grab that one. This one. This one. And it's like then you just like sift through it a little bit more and like you uncover a ton of other ones. Like look at all that. Look at all these from just that last little pile that we sifted through. Such great finds today. We're singing about shells again. Don't drop them, Jamie. So, so cute. Let's find some more to put these in a jar. There's more right down here. Like, see that one. Gonna move to a new pile. Be right back. So this is a cool find for me because I don't find these often here on Plum Island, but this looks like it is a ribbed mussel. Ooh, looks like something was eating it. I'm sure this is not going to smell pretty, and I'm sure my hand is not going to smell pretty in just a few minutes, but this is a ribbed mussel. We also get these here on Plum Island, but not as often as the blue mussel and the horse mussel. So I just wanted to show this to you. I am going to put it down because it does have some stinky stuff on the inside. But I just couldn't pass up the chance to show this to you because I get excited when I find them. But also down in here, look at all this stuff. We have little moons. We have more baskets. We have more periwinkle shells. So Tracy, you reached out to me about periwinkles to ask if we have them here on Plum Island. We do. So we have a slew of periwinkles. We probably have just as many or more periwinkles than we do dog whelks. But so many fun things to find in these piles. Another little purple one down here. I do like the purple ones. So look at all that. Look at all that loot. Look at all that loot. Let's go get some more. Okay, showstopper shell. Are you kidding me with the size of this basket whelk? Holy smokes, you guys. Holy smokes, you guys. This basket whelk is ginormous. So usually the size of the basket whelks we find are like those small tiny ones there. This one is like ginormous. So we're finding some really good sized basket whelks. Look at that. Look at how massive that is. That's huge. Get this one next to like the little ones and you can see the difference. Such cool finds today. So I'm also in the upper rack line because I do like to scout up here for some interesting pieces of driftwood because there's always a really good amount of driftwood up here on the upper portion of the beach. I mean, look at this. First of all, let me show you where we are. So we are way up on the beach on the back end of all the rocks, but look at these cool pieces of driftwood that are just laying everywhere on this portion of the beach. So I usually stuff my bag full of these on the way out. So one more thing before we get out of here today, look at all of this amazing purple sand that washed up in the Barhead Rocks. And there I am, hi. But check out all of that purple sand. That is so lush. So cool. So gorgeous. I'm like snapping pictures as I'm filming. So thank you so much for shelling with me today. We had an awesome beach adventure. Today's adventure definitely did not disappoint. We found so many shells, from the moons to the mega moons to the blue mussels to the basket whelks, dog whelks. I think my favorite were the basket whelks, the little tiny purple ones and the big honking one that we found. But it was an awesome day at the beach. Thank you so much for shelling with us, and we will see you next time we hit the beach. Bye.